the computer.
There we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm in control. So again, welcome to our team call, our Thursday night call. Tonight, instead of Coach Derek Johnson leading our typical Thursday night, we have a special guest on the line with us. And as I was saying earlier, his name is Michael Lebb, his wonderful wife, Sarah Lebb. I'm very blessed and fortunate to know them. Been friends with them, I think, going back to 2016.
All right.
Michael actually mentored me in the health insurance space. I'll never forget when I called Mike up and said, Mike, I do life insurance, annuities, mortgage protection, everything on the life side, but I want to get into health insurance. And he was like, why? And I said, well, I just want to do it. I'm a nurse and I think I'll do well at it. He said, you think you could be as good as my wife? I was like, how good is she? He started telling me how good she was. I'm like, nah, I don't think I could be that good, but I'll try. I'll do my best. But Michael, he mentored me and taught me the very basics, the fundamentals. I mean, he really started with me, was so patient with me in the beginning on the health insurance space. And he taught me so much about health insurance. He cut me loose, helped me build my team. And he was at the very top of the company that we was a part of. And he said, hey, Brian, I'm gonna get you to partner. And you heard my story. I made partner with this company. Mike helped me become a partner. That company was acquired by Allstate. Mike and Sarah Lev continue to run their Leb Insurance Agency, or the Leb Insurance Group. Which one is it, Mike?
Leb Insurance Group.
Yep. Leb Insurance Group. And Mike and Sarah, they know everything about everything. I'm telling you, when it comes to health insurance and life, they also do Medicare. So they're completely in that space and have been since way back in the early 2000s. I believe Sarah been licensed since what, 2009 or so?
2008.
2008, right. So they've been doing insurance since then. She's like the #1 agent in the nation, let me tell you. And Michael is her husband. And Michael, they have 2 kids. And Michael basically runs the admin side. And Sarah's the powerhouse, the engine. I mean, she crank out insurance like nobody's business. So Michael called me up and said, hey, Brian, listen, hey. And when Michael called me, I always listen anyway. It doesn't matter what time of day. Michael called me at 3 in the morning. I'm like, hey, Mike, what's up? And he said, I got something that's really, really exciting. You're going to love it. I said, all right, hold on a minute. Let me get Derek. And I got Derek on the line. I said, go ahead, talk to us. And Michael laid this product out to us and it blew my mind. So let me back up a little bit. We have an initiative that we're really helping people who are W-2s. Everybody know about our corporate benefits. We're bringing wellness back to the workplace. We're bringing wellness to the marketplace. We're getting people off probate. But we were leaving someone out. And that someone was the people who were not W-2 employees. And I'm like, wow, we're helping the W-2 people, but what about the contractors? And every time I talk to a business owner, they always ask me that question, right, Ron Kudgeber? Remember when we were talking to someone about our employee benefits, and then the gentleman stopped us and said, what can you do for our 1099ers? And then lo and behold, here come Mike calling me. I said, so here we go. So now we have a product that I'm super excited about. Michael, I'm gonna allow Michael and his wife, Sarah, to kind of talk about the product. Michael is the engine behind it. He's gonna be our third-party administrator. It's the same way we utilize Project Blue. Michael is our third-party administrator. When you guys come across people who need insurance, and let's say they're independent contractor or self-employed, we're gonna show you how to pique their interest. All right, we don't need you to get a license. You don't have to have any special training. It's a very unique concept, very unique product. Derek and I are going to coach you through it. But once you pique their interest, you pass them over to us. We're going to have an intake form for you to fill out. And then Michael and his staff, and Michael has a big staff in his office. They're going to handle all the enrolling and the back engine work. They're going to do the quoting, et cetera, et cetera. I'll let them explain their roles, explain a little bit more about who they are, anything I might have missed. And then we're going to talk about that product and how they work together to back us at WTA up. So we're super excited to have him. Coach Johnson, I'm glad you can make us too. Coach is going to be on mute. He's helping his mother tonight, but he'll join us here in a second. So Michael and Sarah, it's such a blessing to have you tonight. I'm going to turn the microphone over to you, Mike. You can take it away, go any direction you want. But if it's something you need to ask us about, because this is a rollout, so be patient, everyone. We don't have all the answers, but some things are starting to come together. So just bring them back to me and Derek, and we'll answer anything Mike can't answer. So with that being said, Michael Lev, thank you for joining us. and say,
Brian, you are the greatest hype man I've ever met in this industry.
yeah, man, that's
I'm
right.
hiring you to introduce us every chance we get. So thank you, everybody, for allowing us to come join your Thursday night call here. I can't brag about this woman enough. Sarah Leb, my wife, is literally the greatest insurance agent in the nation. So
Indeed.
you guys are gonna get to work directly with her. I'll let her, kind of give her backdrop here for a second, and then I'll get into the actual program. But if you have actual questions about what plan to sell what person or what situation, don't come to me. You go to her. She's been doing this for 16 years, 15 years, has seen it all. So Sarah, if you want to maybe just introduce yourself and kind of give the backdrop of where the industry is, what's going on, and then I'll go through the new program.
Oh my gosh, guys. So right now being in the middle of AEP, so in the middle of Medicare, annual enrollment period, my mind's a little nutty right now. And the industry in the Medicare world has, I mean, it's completely flipped upside down. Like there has been so many changes. So my mind's a little like, ooh, like a roller coaster right now. But with the industry that we have right now, when it comes to the under 65 products, you really only have a few different types of options. You have the Affordable Care Act type of options, which if you are at a lower income, you get that tax credit. But then you are, limited with your networks. You're at the jeopardy of the government. You have to send in, your income, and you're literally at the mercy of the government. And then we have the short-term major medical plans, which there was a new law that was just passed as of September, where all the short-term plans are good for only 3 months at a time. So every 3 months, your deductible is going to reset. Pre-existing conditions are going to reset, as in they're never covered. You have to requalify for the plan. So just a crummy situation with the short term. So that's completely out unless you're just filling the gap until you get that group insurance plan for like 90 days. You have the fixed indemnity type plans. So the fixed indemnity type plans, those plans are great, where you can keep those plans up until age 65. And they have a zero deductible, most of them. And then they pay a set dollar amount. Scary thing about those plans is most of them don't have an out-of-pocket maximum. So something major happens, the risk is on the client, so it can be a little bit scary, but you get that sense of security that you can carry it up until Medicare. And then you have these beautiful, self-employed mentality type people plans, which is definitely what we're trying to market. In my opinion, they are the best plans that are out there right now in the market. I mean, these are old school plans, what I like to call them. So pre-Obamacare, Trump Care, Affordable Care Act, whatever you want to call it, that's all the same thing. I mean, with these plans, you have a deductible, you have an out-of-pocket maximum. Some of them have, a low deductible with set copays, but at the end of the day, they're traditional plans, and it's something to be proud of. So with these plans, you go to the doctor, and this is my own self-employed plan. I do not need employees underneath me to have this type of plan. And there's different levels as far as different networks, like the multi-plan network, PHCS network, or you have the Blue Cross Blue Shield PPO network, right? So there's different levels of this plan, but I mean, it's so beautiful and definitely what we needed in this individual industry, especially considering with the short-term law, taking effect here that happened, which granted was only a short-term solution, because some states you could only keep it for 12 months and then some you can keep it up to 3 years. The self-employed mentality type person can keep it up until age 65, which is a very big deal. Definitely fills in the gap of the industry. I'm so excited and very passionate about this type of plan. So regardless of what your client situation is, I can help them. I guess that's the bottom line.
Our industry obviously has gone through a lot of changes. If any of you have any experience with health insurance, Brian, I know you you have, and you know, since 2015, 2016 have seen a bunch of changes, but it's been going on for much longer than that. To Sarah's point, when the government started getting involved, our options got very limited and people got very confused. And historically, we've always been marketing in the individual market to that self-employed individual, yet nobody ever really paid attention or cared to design something specifically for them. We were just taking these generic vanilla plans and saying it's the right fit for everyone, when we all know there's no one size fits all option when it comes to coverage. You guys are very good at doing that, you know, in your circles. We're very good at doing that in ours. So Sarah and I are very excited. We rolled this option out to the nation about a year ago. It has taken off like gangbusters. One, because finally there's something out there that caters to the self-employed individual. And two, you know, let's just face it, with the chaos that's going on right now and short-term going away, and you know, the timing was perfect. It's that perfect storm situation where there's an enormous need and there's a fit that people have never had before. So there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of hype going on around this. We're bringing on 500 to 600 people a week currently, and that's just going to explode here in the next few weeks when we get to November 1st. So Brian, do you mind if I just run through a quick PowerPoint with it?
I don't mind. I think that's great. That's great. And while he's doing that, Mike, if you need me, when you try to share, I think I might have to allow it or something. Sometimes I have to.
Yeah, it says host disabled screen sharing. So
let me see if I can do this. How about that? Does that fix it?
There we go.
All right, let me tell you guys this. Michael's going to share with you this Gig Care, America's Choice. This is phenomenal. But as his wife, Sarah, just said, when you send your clients through there, they're experts in finding the coverage. So we will find coverage for people who are looking, whether they have a company of contractors or they're just individual, they're going to find a fit. So which guarantees you to get income somehow. So, but let's focus in on this particular product. Hey, Mike, I love it. I can see your screen.
All right, perfect. Excellent, guys. So I'll go through this here pretty quick. So we're Leb Insurance Group, but we're also Effective Insurance Administrators. As Brian said, we do a lot of the TPA work for these types of programs. So we have our own dedicated in-house support team. There's myself, there's Wadia, there's Katie. They work with a lot of our agents, a lot of our clients, specifically around this program. So you guys might communicate with them as far as any communications going back and forth. I always start this off by talking about what this program is and what it isn't. Okay, guys, this is not an individual major medical plan. It is not an association plan. It is not a health share ministry plan. People want to try to fit everything that comes out into one of these types of buckets because that's what we've been doing for the last 15 to 20 years. What this program is and why it's so innovative is it is what we call a working owner model. Okay, your client, should they qualify for this, is going to get hired by a health data company called Population Science Management. Okay, so we are actually recruiting these individuals to work for this health data company. And by becoming a working owner of this company, they now get to participate in that company's corporate group health coverage. Okay, so the way that somebody qualifies for this, or let me start off with who the program is right for. It's going to be for all of your individuals, the people you come across that are self-employed, that are part of the gig economy, maybe freelancers, consultants, folks that don't qualify for very large ACA subsidies. We're seeing a ton of enrollments right now of the uninsured partners of Medicare recipients. Somebody's going on Medicare, they're turning 65, yet their spouse is only 59, 60 years old. They're looking for affordable major medical coverage. People that want to save some money. If you guys have looked at what the premiums are on an ACA plan without a subsidy, it can be pretty scary. That traditional short-term client that we've been putting on these 12-month short-term plans that Sarah mentioned before, now that that's gone, A lot of them folks are migrating into this opportunity. And then lastly, you know, people that do not live in California, Washington, Vermont, Oregon, New Hampshire, and Hawaii. Those are the only 6 states that they cannot get this type of coverage in. Okay. So how does somebody qualify for this? What you want to be looking for is 3 pieces of criteria. Number 1, the primary needs to be between the ages of 18 and 64. So there are no child-only options with these types of plans, but as long as they're between the ages of 18 and 64, they're good. They have to attest to being self-employed, okay? And we are following the IRS guidelines, the IRS definition of what self-employed means. So do you have any sort of 1099 income, any sort of non-W-2'd income? Do you have a LLC or a corporation filed with the state? IRS will even say if you're a licensed professional, if you're a licensed nurse, a licensed doctor, a licensed real estate agent, you know, you carry some sort of a license that was given to you by the state, you are considered in the IRS's eyes being self-employed. They can have W-2 jobs and still qualify for this. They just have to have the ability to attest to some sort of self-employment. Does that make sense?
Michael, are you saying all my nursing colleagues,
Every one of them,
who are out there working agency work and contract work, even if they have a job? Oh,
correct.
wow. This is you just open up a whole new can of worms.
And I would say most of our enrollees have W-2 jobs, right? But they have side hustles. They have gigs. They, you know, like I said before, nurses, doctors, anybody that carries some sort of a license from the state will qualify for this. And then lastly, they need to be able to answer no to 11 health data questions. And I want to stress that again, that these are health data questions, not underwriting questions. Okay? Because what's actually happening here, guys, is Population Science Management, as I said before, is a health data company. Okay? They've been around for 25 years. Their only mission, their job is to collect health data on individuals, and then they take that data and plug it into their AI, plug it into their algorithms, and they can use that data to then predict future illnesses. They were acquired by Alphabet like 7-8 years ago. You guys all know who Alphabet is, right? They're the parent company of Google. So obviously there's a lot of data play that's going on here. The problem that they've always had is that all of the data that they're able to collect is always on sick individuals. Why? Because it's really easy to get health data on sick people because they're constantly going to the doctor. Okay. The hardest data to get is on healthy individuals, and specifically healthy individuals that are self-employed. Why? Because healthy people never go to the doctor, and the self-employed never go to the doctor because they're too busy working. Right? The average self-employed person is going to go less than 2 times per year, whereas the average W-2 employee is going 4, 5, 6 times per year because they have PTO, they have vacation time, they can take off and still be able to do these types of things. So what Population Science Management did is they came up with this position within their company called a working owner, and we are out here finding individuals that can qualify to become a working owner that will provide their healthy health data as a self-employed individual. And then what ends up happening is they're going to get a survey once a quarter. That's how they provide their data. Okay, they get a tiny survey, takes 5 minutes to fill out, and that's the only job they have to do. That's all the work they have to do to qualify for this position. And then once they're in there, they can now participate in this company's group health plan offerings. It is the most innovative, creative way to bring true group major medical opportunities to individuals. All right, and everybody's jumping on board with this right now. Like I said before, the data that they're going to use with this is going to help predict future illnesses. So their main goal is to get as much data as they can. So they want to pay claims. They want to get everybody into this because the more people that are filling out these surveys, the more people that are using these plans, the stronger their data becomes and the more powerful it is for our entire industry. Okay. Your individuals will actually receive a tiny little K1 at the end of the year. It's only going to be like 17 cents. So it's not going to affect their taxes or anything, but they are a legit working owner of this company. The 11 health data questions are to figure out, are they healthy enough to be able to provide healthy health data? Okay, so these are qualifications for the job, not underwriting questions to qualify for the plan. Because if you know anything about group health insurance, you can't discriminate against health once you're hired. These are the questions to figure out, are you qualified to do the job? So they're the same 11 questions you guys are used to seeing on life insurance apps or health apps or whatever. It's just basically, has anything major happened in the last 5 years? Okay, guys, there are no height and weight requirements. You can be 900 pounds, no problem.
Wow.
As long as you don't have anything else that you can answer no on this. There's no rate up for tobacco. All right. We will actually take type 2 diabetics. Okay. Type 1 is a knockout. That's one of the 11 questions. But a type 2 diabetic is accepted, because once the plan goes into effect on the day of your employment, there are no more pre-existing conditions. There's no waiting periods. Coverage kicks in immediately. There are currently 17 different group plan options that they can choose from. There's what we call our annual max plans, which are major medical plans. Everything is copay based, and they put these caps on certain amounts of the coverage. So there's an annual max, there's a lifetime max on it. Some of the benefits have annual maxes as well. Then we have what are called our metal plans, which are look and feel just like a traditional ACA plan would. So there's unlimited lifetime coverage. They have all the preventative services. They look, again, just like an ACA plan. And then if you understand HSAs, we have 4 different HSA options as well. Okay. I can tell you that over 80% of all the enrollments are made up by the annual max plans and the higher deductible metal plans. Okay.
Okay.
Brian, do you want me to go through any of the benefits on these plans with this group, or do we want to just more talk conceptually here about the program?
Let's talk conceptually, but if we have to circle back and talk benefits, that's fine. But let's just stay high level concepts.
Okay.
They can, because this is their first time seeing it, and
Of course.
this is really good though, Mike. We've made money before, you and I. We
Yeah.
made a lot of money, but
Yeah.
I think this is really gonna take it to the next level.
Brian, I'm telling you, it is the most you know, I love the term market disruption, right?
Yeah.
I love market disrupting programs. I've never in my entire career, and I've been doing this for 16 years, seen a program that has disrupted the status quo like this one is right now. Like, everybody is trying to figure this out, how they were able to pull this off. And you mentioned companies like Allstate, right? Allstate's jumping on board with this. We just got in April of this year, Blue Cross Blue Shield gave us their nationwide PPO network. That's a big deal, guys.
Huge.
That is not an easy thing to do. I've never seen so much lawyer paperwork in my entire life to pull this off, right? Because the Blues are the Blues, and they're going to cross every T and dot every I. But the fact that they signed off on this and they're giving us their nationwide PPO network is a huge deal, and it should be a huge deal to you, right? The opportunities are just limitless on this program, because, again, never before have we been able to go to our self-employed clients and say, we have something that is just for you. This was designed for you. And it's not an indemnity plan. It's not a association plan. This is true major medical coverage. Okay. So it's very, very exciting. I know Sarah has sold, I can't tell you how many hundreds of these things already just in the last few months. So Sarah, I don't know if you want to maybe just share with the group here some of the types of clients that you're finding really fit well with something like this.
Well, I mean, traveler nurses. So, you know, Brian, you brought that up. Yeah, I have a large clientele that, you know, they have those separate contracts or what have you, you know, because they're constantly switching contracts to different areas. So they have that group insurance, and then 6 months later, they're on a different plan. So I have a lot of traveler nurses on this plan, and I have a lot of Uber drivers that are on this plan. I have a lot of people that just, want a plan that, just wants a regular traditional major medical plan. I mean, and truly this is what it is. So it's nice. And then I have a lot of young people that are like, well, I just want to set copay, right? So we have a plan for that too. So just those entrepreneur-like minded people, that's really what this plan is geared towards. And it's just a really good mix as far as that goes. So, I mean, it's exciting. I'm so excited about this product because there's just nothing like it on the industry. So that's why I think it's just blowing up so much. I know my nerd comes out in me because I'm just so excited about it.
And and I've been knowing you for almost 10 years, Sarah. And we've sold a lot of short-term medical together. We did a lot of indemnities. We've done groups, we've done major, we've done ACA, we've done it all.
Yep.
But I've never seen you smiling like this. So I just love it,
Yeah,
and
I'm geeking out. Let me
me
tell
too, and me too. And I know you work hard, girl. And
you. Yeah.
when we were talking to Michael, I said, "Hey, Mike, look, I want to partner with you. You already know it. We partnered before. I like to stick with people I like and work with. Mike know that. We always said because we like each other and we like to work together and we like to do disruptive type products.
Yep.
I want to run with you." And when but I said, but there's one thing I gotta have. And he said, Sarah. I said, yes, you already know. When we refer our business over to you, I got to have Sarah. I got to have the number one. I don't need number 2 and 3. That's great. Don't worry. You got a great staff. But I got a soft spot in my heart for Sarah because I know what she's capable of. So we're truly.
Well, it's not even that, and I appreciate that so much, Brian. But I feel that I am so successful because I'm so honest and real with my clients. Like it is what it is. This is what it is. This is our industry. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. Our industry is a mess. Like it truly is across the board. Insurance carriers, hospitals, doctors. I mean, it's a complete mess. So I'm completely honest and real with my clients. But I also put myself in the middle too with my clients. So if they have an issue with claims, billing, what have you, they come to me. And I do not want my phone to ring all day long with my current client issues, right? So I really want to stand behind whatever I'm doing, and I want a good product. So I've fired insurance companies. I have done that multiple times because my phone rings too much because of all the issues.
That's right.
So I'm just really enjoying, this carrier because my phone does not ring so much.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of issues going on. So, I mean, it's just reassurance. But again, I mean, it's all about the front, right? So I'm very detail-oriented person. I send out emails. I send out letters just detailing everything that we discuss over the phone because let's face it, most people don't listen to you.
That's
So
right.
that's why I put it in an email and I put it in a letter. And then I also touch base 30 days later. And then I touch base once a year with all of my clients. And then in the meantime, you need me, I'm here.
Awesome. Fortune is in follow-up. Coach Johnson, our CEO, his hand is up. Derek, I unmuted you. And there you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to, and sorry that I'm in transit, guys, just trying to take care of some family stuff off timing. But can it be spoken of the exclusivity of the availability of this product? It's not like everyone in the health insurance industry has the ability to market this product. Can you speak towards that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Sarah and I, we, like I said, rolled this out about a year ago. They came to us to control all distribution across the United States. And what we've been able to do now that we've gotten, this involved is to give our feedback to how the program works. So one of the things I wanted to bring up before, a recent change that we made over the last 6 months was we introduced age banding into some of these plans, where before they had composite rated options. So it didn't matter if you're 18 or 64, you're paying the same rate, which conceptually is fine as long as you fall into the middle of that, right? But the 18-year-old is paying a little bit too much and the 64-year-old's getting a heck of a deal. When we started age banding it, we actually got some of these plans under $290 a month. And if you, again, compare that to
crazy. That's
what you
crazy.
see out in the ACA,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
That's a
The
no-brainer.
most expensive annual max plan, which is a family rate in the highest age bracket, still under $950 a month. And that is extremely affordable when you compare it to what a full price ACA plan would be. So there's not a lot of people out there talking about this yet. We're still in the early stages here, so you guys have a heck of an opportunity to start conversations and introduce this to all these individuals. I fully expect in 2 years from now, everyone's going to know what this is, right? Because it's just blowing up that way. But we still have a window here to really maximize on the opportunity. And, you know, that's, Brian, why I called you up right away and said, hey, who's the greatest marketer I know? I'm calling Brian Riley, right? If Brian's going to take a look at this and say, I see what you see, Mike. There's a big, big opportunity here.
And I appreciate it. We're humbled and we're grateful.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, I know you had a few other slides you wanted to share. I have hands up. I have questions coming in the
Yeah,
chat.
let's go into the questions here. Yeah, the only other slides I had was to get into the nuts and bolts of the plans, which I don't know if we need to necessarily do that right now, but.
All right.
And I will have to duck off here soon. I got a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old that I need to get to bed here like soon-ish. So
We appreciate it. So hey, listen. So if some of these questions are for you, I'll go and take them now. But if you got when you got to run, just let us know, and
okay.
we'll hold Michael hostage, but not too long.
I'm still in the office. It's all good, Brian. I'm still drinking coffee because I just drink coffee, but
All right.
I'll stay here as long as you guys want.
All right, great. All right, so let me start with the hand that's up, then I'll hit the chat. So all right, Cynthia Chapman, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you.
Thanks, Brian. Sarah, so glad you're on tonight. I too am a Medicare agent, so I feel your joyous, I call it joyous pain.
Yeah.
This time of year.
Honestly, Cynthia, I love this time of year. You know, it's just a good mix of talking to current clients, but the referrals are just so humbling and
They are.
Yeah,
So I'm glad that you are still on, because one of the things that I look at with this, clearly the level of engagement that you and Mike have is awesome. But even with WTA, with us the size we are today, we talk quite a bit about scalability, how we make this work, because I'm like you, I'm very hands-on with my clients, and I'm kind of like that stopgap measure for them. The reason my clients take their family members, their parents, their siblings by the hand and bring them to me is because of that level of care that we give them. But with this organization and the other pieces you guys already have in place, how do you envision making this scalable? Because Mike's right, it's just going to continue to explode. And I, for one, I appreciate, you guys talking to individuals. I plan to move this puppy like bunches, like bananas. I'm going to talk to individuals, but I'm talking to groups as well. So how do you envision that happening?
So internally here at Leb in EIA, we have 27 employees, okay, that work in the office with Sarah and I. So we have plenty of support, administrative support for broker questions, client questions. The TPA that handles all the claims processing just hired another 75 individuals in Nebraska. They opened up a huge call center in Nebraska. They also have another one in Ohio, scaling up from this. That hiring all started happening early this year, February, March of this year. So there's a transition, there's a training, curve that you got to go through. But the whole idea was, we knew come open enrollment of 2024, things were going to start exploding, right? We're not going to do 100 a week anymore. Pretty soon we're going to be doing 2,000 a week. And they were smart enough, and let's just face it, they took the risk of hiring all these people with the understanding that this thing's going to blow up. So they're scaling, we're scaling. I hope that you guys do break it, right? That you do bring in so much opportunity, because everyone wants this thing to succeed as much as we do.
Ron, did you hear that? He invited us to break it.
Oh yeah, love that.
Yeah, and I mean, Cynthia, you know, behind the scenes, right? So sending out the recap emails and the letters and the gathering of the info, I have assistants that do all of that for me. Clients have issues, complaints, what have you, my assistants are on it. So, I mean, again, a full team backing myself and Mike and the whole agency. So I'm not scared. I'm ready. I'm
All right,
excited.
let's
So
go.
nobody's gonna fall short because we have such a great system in place for the explosion. So
Okay.
And as Brian and Coach are both aware, I'm a very systematic person. I'm very techie. Sarah and I own a couple software companies that design CRM tools for our industry. So we're very organized, right? We really take pride in our ability to keep things on the right path. So, but
Excellent.
again, I challenge you to break me.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I tell you, and all right, so there's a couple other questions, and all the compensation questions, I'll hold those for later because Coach and I will go through compensation with you and how we're going to be paying you out on that. My brother Ed Riley, he's a big time insurance guy. He was like, boom, Sarah keeps it honest and real from the heart. So he was just giving you a pat on the back for that.
Good to
Marsona,
hear from you, Ed.
hey, you remember Big Mike, right? If I can unmute you, I will. There he is. Hey,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Good to see
I
you,
say, hey
buddy.
Mike, I was doing a lot of pivot, and sir, I was doing a lot of pivot. So
Okay.
this right here changes the game a lot, you know. Especially, you know, so we'll get into a little bit more of that later. Appreciate you all.
You bet.
hey, Mike, you got to fly me back out, man. You flew me once. You got to fly me again.
Come on in.
Hey, Mike, I'm ready to come see you. Just hop a plane, Brian.
No problem. Let's go.
I'm gonna bring a couple of my leaders with me this time, and we're gonna party like we did last time. Y'all remember we had a good time. All right,
Yep,
so
yeah.
let's see. Is there a cost? Oh, Marsona, where are you, sister? I see you. Can you you want to know, is there a cost to what? You know, it's a cost to the plan. You mean a cost for what?
Yeah, I was just talking about a cost to for the client.
Oh yeah.
How is that determined?
Yep. So they'll pay a monthly premium for the plan. It's going to range anywhere from $280 up to, you know, a little over $1,000, depending on which option best fits them.
but we don't charge a fee to use our services.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just
So-
the cost of the insurance, period.
Correct.
Good question, Marcel. Then she also asked, do agents have to be licensed? No, you don't. So our agency, we're licensed, so we're taking that from all that weight off your shoulders. It's a different approach. And Coach and I will go through the details with you, but we're looking at it more like we're not selling insurance. Guess what we're doing, guys? We're headhunting. We're looking
Correct.
for people who are looking for a job. Y'all got that? And because they're independent contractors, we can get them on with this company that will give them a group rate on their insurance. So it's more or less, hey, listen, I found a way, a unique strategy, Mr. Independent Contractor, if you would, to help you get some of the best insurance at a group rate. Are you
Yep.
interested in knowing more? And you know, they're going to say, absolutely, I don't have insurance, or I'm on the exchange now, my deductibles are ridiculous, or I'm paying out the wazoo, or there's nothing available for me. Like here in Maryland, you know, all we had was a handful of carriers. Not even that. I could count them on 2 fingers at one point. So people are looking for benefits. And like you said, people with professional licenses, that's huge. So your job is to, and we'll talk about scripting and verbiage and all that, to teach you how to pique their interest and pass them over to us. Don't get into all the questions about deductibles and things of that
Right.
nature. If you're licensed, you don't have to do that either. If you're not licensed, by all means, stay away from that stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to get them on the phone with us, and we'll get them on the phone with Sarah and Michael, and we let them, the experts, handle that. Am I right, Mike?
That's 100% right. And I love how you use the term headhunting, because guys, that's really what this is go out and find a lot of individuals that fit into those 3 pieces of criteria. 18 to 64, can attest to having some sort of self-employment income, or even have a LLC or something filed with the state, and would be healthy enough to pass those 11 underwriting questions. But I'd really, guys, I would focus on the self-employed individuals, have them talk to us. we'll take it from there. Just make the
Right.
introduction, because this isn't the only thing we have as well either, right? You heard Sarah talk about, we have the ACA, we have the fixed benefits, we have the short terms, we have every option that exists within our industry. We can help anybody with health insurance. We do it all day long. We're bringing you this opportunity because, again, it's market disrupting, and I really think that this group can run with this program.
Exactly. Anything that crosses over your line.
Play the game.
What was that? I thought I heard something. So if you're already like Cynthia Chapman and many of you, Ed Riley, it's a bunch of you, Tim and Lisa Harris, I can just go down the list. So many of you already in that Medicare and health insurance space. Just let Sarah know when we do the intake form that, hey, I'm taking care of X, you can take care of Y. And
Yep.
she'll govern that accordingly.
Yep.
So again, it's more
We
or
do that
less.
a lot.
What do you say, Michael?
I said we do that a lot.
Right.
Yep.
But it's more or less headhunting, folks. We're looking for people who fit a certain demographic, and then you just turn them over through your intake form. And we're working on that now. I can actually share my screen and kind of give you a rough of what that intake form look like. And it is so small. And because we want to keep it that way, we don't want you getting into all the details of insurance. Health insurance, let me just say, it can be a nightmare. All right. It's a lot of moving parts. So just stay out of the weeds of that. If you don't have a license, even better. You get them on the phone with us, or you get them on that intake form and get them through the funnel to Sarah, and then Sarah and her team will work on it. All right, let's see what else we have in the
All right. Well, I just want to take a minute here, guys. I gotta jump off, but I just want to say, so very nice to meet you all. Scarlett's waving. She was waving.
Hey,
Yeah.
cutie. Hey.
My daughter Scarlett. Yeah.
I see you. Hey, Scarlett. Look at
So-
that. I remember when my boys were babies like that. I miss those days. My son would never sit in my lap and do that now. She's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah. Right away, she got on here and she's like, "There's Daddy." Yeah. So
Well, hey, we know
thank
you
you
gotta
so
go.
much, guys, and excited to working with all of you. So enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gents, Michael is still here with us. If you want to ask a question, just raise your hand up or put it in the chat. Again, any compensation questions, we will certainly go over once Michael and those guys leave, because Michael doesn't handle that side with us. That's WTA's matters. Michael and those guys, their job is to get your business put on the book, to get it placed and keep it, make it stick. And as it stick, your income continue to come. It's called residual income, folks.
Yep.
And it's just gonna be another way to increase your bottom line. All right, Mike, anybody else have any questions for Michael? We're here at almost at the top of the hour. It's 8:49 Eastern. Okay, I see a hand going up. I am going to ask to unmute Mr. Ron Kutchenberg.
Hey, great rundown, Michael. Glad to meet you.
Yeah,
Hey,
same
can you
here.
talk a little bit about the experience that the individual is going to go through once they are accepted into one of the programs? What can they expect?
All right. So first thing they're going to be looking for is their insurance card, right? So everybody's going to get a physical insurance card. It will be mailed out to them. They will have a back office to download a digital insurance card too, if they're more comfortable with that. But from a day-to-day change, there is nothing, right? Day-to-day, they just have an insurance card they can now put in their wallet. They're going to keep doing what they're doing. Once a quarter, they're going to get an email that says, hey, log into your personal health dashboard, which is what we call the system, and answer these 10, 11, 12 questions, whatever they put out there. You're probably thinking, well, what if they don't do it? What if they don't see the email? What if they ignore it? It's not the end of the world. They'll get another email. If they're not responding to the emails, they'll start receiving phone calls. All right. They don't listen to the phone calls, they'll get letters in the mail. For the entire, year and a half now that we've been doing this, we've never had an issue. Okay. If they go the entire year and they still never fill anything out, they're going to have to do something at their annual open enrollment. And if they still don't do that, then they'll be terminated. But as of today, I cannot think of one person that has been terminated from this program. Okay, so really, there's going to be no interruption in their day-to-day life. If they have claims questions, right? They're going to have a direct phone number that they can call into Tago Health, which is the TPA that's doing all the claims processing. They have a direct contact there that they can work with, get claims updates. We don't, get involved with the claim stuff because of HIPAA, but we can facilitate, hey, can you please call such and such because they have questions and they can't get through, or they don't know the number. They've been great to work with that way.
No, that sounds great. Any territorial lines that has to be crossed for coordinations for travel, et cetera?
Nope. If they're on the Blue Cross PPO plan, they're good coast to coast, right?
Good.
All 50 states. All the plans, I should say, are good in all 50 states. It doesn't have to just be the Blue Cross plan, but there are 6 states that I covered early on that if they reside in those states, they're not eligible. All right, so there's 6 no-sell states, but once they're on the program, they can go anywhere and they can move anywhere. Okay, if they're living in New York and they decide to move to Arizona, no problem. The plan goes with them. And speaking of New York, one of the really exciting opportunities with this particular program is now we have options in states that we've never historically had. Right? New York, New Jersey, the Upper East Coast, which I know a lot of you guys are in that area. Traditionally in the private sector, in the under 65 world, there have been no options. It's ACA or nothing. So now that we have, a true major medical alternative to the ACA, we're seeing a ton of people finding self-employed individuals in New York, in New Jersey, in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, because they can start a conversation they've never been able to start before. So a lot of opportunity out there.
Great. Sounds good. I've got some more, Brian, but we'll talk about those within WTA. So thanks a lot, Mike. Appreciate it.
No. Yeah, Michael, listen, Michael is our third-party administrator. Michael and I, we're friends. Michael have no problem coming back to calls to fill us in, to update us, to help streamline things, to keep everything running smooth. This is a great recruiting opportunity for you guys as well. There's going to be people out here who are already doing health insurance, Medicare. They might want to add this on. If you want to stay in your lane because you're focused on, say, estate planning, or let's say you're focused solely on corporate benefits, but you can also have people in your organization now, think about it, that they might want to take this and run, and you can funnel those leads to him or her, and you receive those overrides. So this is just a total win-win for all of us. And I don't see any stop in WTA. We're going to keep this train going and going and going. With that being said, let me check the chat real quick. All right, Claude, I'll just read this, okay? If a person relocates to one of the non-participating states, do they lose their coverage?
No.
No, Michael just answered that, right, Mike?
No, they do not. They get to keep it.
All right. Next question, superstar Ava Carlton Aikens, the other Carlton. She wanted to know, what is the go date? Can we go now?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm ready. Right?
Hey, let me tell you guys something. I was on the phone with Ron Kutcher the other day. We were talking with a young lady who runs a nonprofit organization in the museum space. And she started immediately talking about interns who could use something like this. I was also on the phone with Tim and Lisa Harris. We were talking to a company, a lady who owns a home health services. She said, hey, listen, I have some contractors in here. What can you do about them? I said, okay, we got something coming. So these conversations are easy to have because we're talking Blue Cross Blue Shield, folks. We're not talking, when you say that name, people go, oh, I've heard of Blue Cross Blue Shield. My mama had Blue Cross, my daddy, I had it. This is major medical. This is no joke. Cynthia Chapman, your hand is up. I'm going to unmute you.
Thanks, Brian. One quick question for you, Mike. One of the things that I encounter in the Medicare space is there are a lot of people who are still working, obviously at 65, and so they choose to keep their corporate insurance. And you know how it works with Medicare and another plan. So talk to us a little bit about those folks who are going to continue to work. What has the experience been thus far with people opting to keep this? And is that an option with you guys?
Great question. Yes, it is. So they have to be under 65 initially, but once they turn 65, they can keep it after. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Great question.
I had a question. I know we had talked about this, Mike, and I don't think it was necessarily mentioned here, but I know in our general area and probably throughout the country, there are companies that have large groups of 1099s, whether nursing and in-home nursing or adult daycare companies or even independent truck driver companies. So if we happen to run into a group and let's say we're trying to do our corporate benefits, it's like, oh, you need 10 employees. Well, I only have 7 employees, but I got 150 1099 people on a construction company or whatever. Talk to us a little bit about the best practice in doing this and the things that we should look for in trying to put this together for them, if you don't mind.
Yeah, great question. So if I understand kind of where your mind's going here, we currently don't have list bill as an option. Okay, but they're talking about making that happen. But that doesn't mean we don't have that exact scenario every single day of the week. Okay, it happens all the time. The ideal situation for everyone involved, because these are all independent plans, right? These are individuals that are joining it, yet their other employer wants to contribute. I would recommend the employee or the 1099 contractor signs up for the plan, puts their payment information in, and that employer simply reimburses. Why that's so nice? It's clean. We don't have to worry about billing issues. And if that independent contractor were to ever leave or that employee were to ever leave, the plan continues to go with them. If that makes sense. Yep.
Makes it portable. That makes sense.
Yep.
And I would assume that if I'm the employer, that I'm probably every quarter or something of that nature, I want them to give me proof of coverage. And I'm just giving them money off on the side and they're just taking a bonus or something.
That's what I would do as well, but yeah.
I think that's great. I just wanted to spell that out because I think that's a great way to be able to meet those needs and help those groups that have those 1099 and provide them something that's this unique, that's not commonplace in the marketplace there, where every licensed health insurance person has this same type of offer, which is great. So we can headhunt those people too, which is awesome.
100%.
Okay, and
in groups.
Exactly. And people are asking for like those contact numbers and stuff. So what we want to do, right, Coach, is to make sure that when people have questions, comments, concerns, they reach out to us first here at WTA. That way we can keep the traffic down. We don't want the phone lines, emails clogging up Mike's side. You want to reach out to us first. We're in constant contact with Michael and Sarah. And then if there's something you need, we'll get it from them so we can take, a lot of questions to them at one time, answer them all in one call, or some of the same redundant calls. We can set up FAQs and things of that nature and send them out in newsletters, emails, phone drops, texts, or however we communicate with you. So let's not, we don't need to like get numbers to Mike and Sarah because we want them on the phone closing clients for you guys. All right. Not troubleshooting. Derek and I probably know the answers to that because Michael's working with us on a regular basis. So there's another question in the chat. Derek, you had something else or you wanted to add to that or was I good on that?
Oh, no. Yeah. Just we'll make sure that once you get that form filled out for your client and the sale is made, we'll have all the documentation because the agent, or in this case, the advocate or affiliate's name is attached to that individual. So we'll always have, those printouts, and you guys will more likely get like PDF reports in your back office or by email and things of that nature. So.
Right. And so thank you, Coach. So JC, so you were saying, Michael, that as long as a W-2 employee has a part-time job that is paid 1099, they're eligible.
That is correct, but it can be even less than that. As long as they claim some sort of non-W-2 income, they don't necessarily have to receive a 1099. they're not going to be asked to show proof.
Oh, okay.
So there's no proof that needs to be given. They just have to, as part of their e-signature process, attest, and this is the insured I'm talking, has to attest to being self-employed. Okay.
That's great. So there's an
yeah.
attestation to it. So there's
It's an attestation.
Right. So there's no, hey, show us your LLC,
Correct.
show us your 1099. A
Correct.
person just has to sign off that they have non W-2 income. Is that right, Mike? Non W-2?
Just following the IRS guidelines. You guys
Got it.
look up the definition of what it means to be self-employed by IRS. Of course, it's very gray.
Yeah,
it's very
fuzzy,
vague.
it's fuzzy.
It's always fuzzy, right? Because it's the government. But you know, just use common sense, right? If this person is a line cook, gets a W-2, has nothing to do with anything other than that, they're probably not the right fit for this. But if they have, you know, anything else going on, or having that license, Brian, I keep going back to that, there's such a huge market for that. Then let's run with it. Let's at least show them this as an option.
Wow, think about all the network marketing. How many of you guys know somebody that participated in some form of a home-based business? Think about that.
Yeah.
There's tons of those folks out there. And so these people qualify as well. I love it. Cynthia, your hand is up and your mic is open. Let's go.
It is, and I promise this is the last thing I'm planning to say tonight. You notice I said planning to say.
Planning to say, I like that's the key word.
But I'm going to share this with the team because I told you guys when ideas come to me, you know, I'm going to share them because I believe, you know, rising tides lifts all boats. So for those of you who are sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, we've got this plan and we've got this plan and this one's on the corporate side and this one's on the individual side. And do I sell this one or do I market this one? Or, you know, how can they possibly work together? I promise you, there's a way for them to work together. So Mike just talked about an example where he said, you know, you got 100, 150 people that are 1099 and maybe some that are W-2. How do you deal with that? Brian, Derek, I can see this. You go in with both. You're going to talk to that business owner and you're going to tell them, listen, you're going to get a payroll tax credit on your existing employees, but you can take that little bit of tax credit that you have and use it to pay for your key man's insurance. So those people that are 1099 that are most important to you, pay for their insurance and pay for it out of the tax credit that you get from the other side of the house. So there's a way to make these things work together, and it's going to be awesome for those employers who have both W-2 employees and 1099s.
Wow, Cynthia, I love the way you're reallocating monies and thinking ahead like that. And that's super important when you can learn how to play that game with folks. Show them how to increase their working capital and reallocate, repurpose money to their key employees or contractors. That's huge. So we're going to have lots of sharing and caring going on in this call because everything has a synergistic, they all work together synergistically. So I'm super excited about it. People throwing some things in here, Michael, like what about cash self-employed handymen? You know, there we go. Let's go for it. Somebody put in here lawn care service loaded. What do you think about that? There's all out there.
Let's go.
That was Ron Kutchenberg and JC. Ava said, hey, let's get an FAQ, you know, babysitters. There's people out there like that as well. Michael, anything you can hand off to us that we can load up in our back office, we'll put it in our back office. Yeah, so we have
Professor, my daughters just walked by and they said, how about the people who do the brows and the lashes and the
eyebrows, lashes, nails.
Cosmetologists.
There you go. Yes. Nail techs, they're everywhere. Beauticians, I mean, realtors. That's a huge space. Real estate folks are a lot of them are
all the financial coaches and
insurance agents
and self coaches. You know.
Oh, think about all the coaches out there. Everybody's a self-proclaimed coach now, right? I can coach you on this and coach you on that, and you know what? They probably can because they have the expertise in that area, but they're looking for insurance. I see my brother Edward Terrell Riley hand is up. I'm going to ask to unmute him.
Look.
Hey, brother.
Man, look, Cynthia hit it on the nose, man. And see, Mike, I just had a 30-man group, a counseling company who I just enrolled for major medical last year with Anthem.
Okay.
We came in, look, we did the major medical, then we came in and did the supplemental benefits, and then we came in, now we're about to do the corporate benefits. But a lot of them weren't happy with the major medical with Anthem. Some of them were happy. Then you had a lot of part-timers there who were going through the marketplace, and they were coming to me and they weren't happy, man. So Cynthia hit it on the nose, man. We have everything we need here, because not only can we talk to self-employed people about corporate benefits, now we have this product here. We still do estate planning. So I mean, listen, the thing is, don't make it hard. Let Mike
Right.
and Sarah do the work.
Right.
I'm a peek and pass. Even though, look, and I'm very versed with major medical and health insurance, so I have a leg up, like I said, leg up.
A leg up. Now you got a leg. You got a leg up and a leg up.
So I understand major medical a little bit more, but this is really exciting stuff, man. Self-employed people, oh my gosh, we can hit them with everything. They're going to look. Let's just do it, man. And Mike, we'll be talking, because
For sure.
I kind of understand how you work, man, a little bit. I wasn't as in it like Brian was, but I'm very familiar with your system, and I'm excited about this, man. So I think everybody should get really excited, because it's just more do-re-mi for us.
Right.
Let's get it, y'all.
I love it. We don't want to get bottlenecked in the details, folks. We want to build
Nope.
an agency. We want to build an agency model. And if you're a personal producer, go for it. You have all the tools you need. As Coach Johnson always tell me, if you don't ASK, you on GET. You got to ask, all right? But then, as my brother Ed just said, you don't want to make it complicated. Keep it super simple and let our experts, we have some serious expertise in our third-party administrator departments on all of our verticals. And to add Michael Lev and his wife, Sarah, whom I personally know, I've spent time with, broke bread with, flew out to sea, hung out with, to be our administrators. I mean, how good does that get? I mean, you don't get any better than this. I'm going to unmute Cynthia Hurdell, Dr. Hurdell. Your hand is up. I'm going to unmute you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I apologize. I missed most of the meeting, but on the tail end, it sounds very exciting. And I'm driving home, and what did I pass by? A gas station. 1099 people. Yes. All day long, 1099s are out here.
When you really sit down and start thinking about it, just about everyone qualifies. How many people sell stuff on eBay? All right, have you ever sold stuff on eBay? That's tech by the IRS definition. You're self-employed. It's such an opportunity.
This is an awesome rollout, and I'm super excited. And Dr. Erdell, be safe. And I hope you had a great time doing that presentation tonight for that organization, the church. And we're certainly looking forward to hearing your positive feedback from that. So kudos to you.
Thank you. And yes, I am excited to tell you all about it.
We can't wait. All right, ladies and gents, this has been a great call for our first rollout. Michael and Sarah, we so appreciate you. We're at the top of the hour, just past the top of the hour, and we're at the bottom of the questions in the chat. I don't see any questions, hands going up. Oh, Marsona said the name of the plan again. Do we have a name for this plan, Coach? Or are we calling it Gig Care, or what do we call this plan, Michael?
I thought that's where we were going, but go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so there's two different types of plans, and it really just comes down to the network. So you're going to see the name America's Choice. That just means it has the PHCS network. If you see Gig Care, that means it has the Blue Cross Blue Shield network. Those are the marketing names of the program.
All right, we're making a note of that. And maybe Coach and I will come up with a cool name. We might call it the Gold Care, because we got
There you go.
We got a blue. We need a gold.
We might call it America's Gig Care.
we
might call it America's Gig Care. We got to do something to brand it to us, to separate us from the masses. Hey, Riley, put your hand up, man.
Hey, Mike. So so I'm tripping, man, because, and this is you'll understand what I'm asking you here. So the network is the key. If I'm like the network that they're using, because, okay, go ahead. I know you're about to answer my question. Go ahead.
No, I didn't catch what you said there. You said the network is the what?
The network is the key, correct?
It is.
Right. Because see, I think a lot of people, just like with Pivot, I mean, we're talking our language right now with Pivot. I do a lot of that because Pivot's affordable. They have the fixed co-pays. People like that, but they didn't like the 3 month, 6 month type thing. So I can go back to some of those people now. I got a auto mechanic shop. I just wrote the wife Pivot. And she was like, man, 3 months, I gotta renew this thing. But she was always talking about the network, and she started getting used to the network. So everybody on this call, don't get caught up. See, a lot of people get caught up in the names of the Aetnas
Right.
and the Anthems and the Uniteds and all this stuff. Is the key is the network, because if they have a strong network, most of the time the doctors and the medical providers, they're using that network. So that's
number
the
one.
great thing. The network is the key. The stronger the network, the more providers are going to be in it. This is really good. This
All
is
right.
really, really good stuff.
All right. Listen, but what my brother Edward just said is vital. When I speak to people a lot, even like on our corporate benefits side, y'all know that we offer what? Preventative wellness, and we give doctor visits and all that on the preventative health side. But you notice I always say we use the PHCS network, which is one of the largest PPO networks in our nation. People may have never heard of that name brand, as my brother was just saying, but they recognize networks. So when you say Blue Cross Blue Shield network, that's all people really need to know.
Right.
Or the PHCS network. And we'll teach you all this because it's the largest PPO network in the nation. So America's Choice, oh, what's that? Never heard of it. Or if we call this America's Good Care, as Derek was saying, we have a contest and come up with a cool name. But at the end of the day, that was very important, Tidwell network. Michael, you want to say something on that, or you good? You were just agreeing.
I'm agreeing 100%, and that's the education too that Sarah will give the client. You know, and this isn't specific just to us. You know, Ed was saying Pivot. We sold a ton of Pivot and Allstate and United and all these different carriers. At the end of the day, the billing department at the facility needs to know the network.
Right.
You walk in and say, "Hey, I have America's Choice." They're gonna look at you cross-eyed and say, "I've never heard of it." I mean, I have PHCS. Oh, okay, yeah, we take that.
That's
Or
right.
Pique Care, we don't know what that is. It's the Blue Cross Blue Shield. Okay, yeah, perfect. You're good to go.
Perfect. We're good. We're in that network. And so as long as their doctor is in that network, that hospital or that clinic is in that network, they're golden. But here's the key. Again, listen, Sarah and Michael, especially Sarah and her team, they know the questions to ask.
Right.
And they're going to ask the right questions and push all the right buttons. And when those folks qualify, then we're going to get them set up. If they don't, we'll look at other options. And if there's no way to get anything done, more than likely, there is nothing that we can do. Because as you heard earlier, Sarah's a straight shooter. She speaks from her heart. She's been doing this a long time, and she's going to do what's right every time for our clients. So that's what I'm super excited about. Customer care is everything to me. We're in service. We're not in sales. And we're never going to put the dollar before our clients. So it's not about commissions first. It's about the customer first. So there's a lot of people out here who are all about commissions first. They'll sell anything to anyone. All right. But we don't do that here. I've seen Michael and Sarah, including myself and Derek, and many of the people on this call here. We're always going to do what's right by our clients first. And that's why when Michael called me up, that's why I gave ear to him, because I know over the years I've known him, they always put the customers first, not the commissions. And so that's a big deal, folks. And so I'm super excited about that. Someone says, very nice to see you and Mike in the flesh. That's Tressie. You remember Tressie Anderson?
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
Tressie, sure.
Tressie, remember y'all. She was like, oh, it's nice to see you in the flesh. Hey, Tressie, I'm going to unmute you in a minute if I can. Yeah, I like the idea, JC. A name contest sounds like fun. Let me see if I can find Tressie. Maybe I can unmute her unless she's moving about.
Hey, Brian, do we schedule the appointments with Sarah's team, or does that happen out of us filling out the intake form?
Yeah, we'll go through the intake form, right, Coach?
Okay.
Correct, yeah.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah, the intake form be sent in, and then we're hands off.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just intake form.
Yeah,
Our whole job in peaking and passing is to fill up the pipeline on that intake form.
Okay.
And then that'll come in here to us. Our team will jump all over it. We'll get it scheduled with Sarah to reach out to them and take care of it.
Mike, how do we handle it if it's a group rather than an individual?
So if it's a group, I would suggest fill out the form, but let's put special notes in there. And if we need to have a additional conversation, which there's probably gonna need to be a little bit more color behind the situation, then we'll reach out direct to you.
Okay, great.
There we go. I love it. Yeah, because your information will be on that intake form, Cynthia. And so if they have questions, they'll contact you directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do have a very large group division here within the company as well that does full-blown employer benefits. So I mean, we can cover everything in the health and life space.
Isn't that great?
Nice.
So that way you can stay on track and on target with your focus, Cynthia, and allow them to handle that kind of minutia. Yeah, because there's a lot of details in that, right? And so he may have to pivot and go this way and go that way. And the good news is you'll be in the loop the entire time. And so we'll do what's right for your clients. Because I know you're doing a lot on Medicare and you got some big things we talked about tonight, Cynthia. Cynthia called me putting some big things in my ear. I'm like, Cynthia, stop putting millionaires in my, she got these millionaires calling us, bringing us big groups. I'm like, Cynthia, focus on those millionaires. Okay. Let Michael and Sarah take care of those groups.
It's my job.
I know it. All right. Can you send me a copy of the intake form? Okay. The intake form will be live. We'll send you the link. That was Daniel Hancock. Daniel, good talking to you today as well. A lot of great ideas, and we appreciate the energy you're bringing to the team. Daniel's also a licensed agent, but he called me today and he wanted to know about the intake form. So the intake form will be a link, and we'll get you everyone that link. We'll either send it out in an email, we'll post it in your library, we'll make it accessible for you. And if you need to, just always email us at support@Wealth Transfer Alliance if you have something ready to go, and we'll get it. Let's get this ball rolling. Michael said he's ready.
Ready.
All right, so we're at 9:15. Oh, just a little past 9:15. I don't see any other questions in the chat. Coach Johnson, is there anything else that you'd like to say before we let Mr. Michael Leb get home to his family?
Well, I'd like to thank, indeed. Yeah, Mike, we appreciate everything you're doing and we're excited about it. And guys, don't take lightly all the things that he mentioned earlier, because some of those tools that he was talking about and things of that nature will ultimately end up being extended to us as well in one way, shape, form, or another to grease the tracks of all that we're going to do here. So he didn't just mention it just so that, it'd be a little reflector over there that you can't use. He mentioned it for a reason that's there. And so we're really excited about this relationship. I think it's going to go great. And we're looking forward to, rising tide. I think Cynthia said earlier, floating all our boats here and just doing well and helping a bunch of people. So Mike, we really appreciate your time and you getting out here and all that you guys are doing for us and giving us the ability to have this exclusive connection here to headhunt and to be able to do this without a license. Think about that, guys. You're able to do that and leaning on our license because of the uniqueness of this. There's a headhunting component that's there that can really set you off in a big way in doing this. So we're just thrilled about it and so grateful to be able to have this opportunity. We're gonna work hard in it.
Excellent, Coach. And old friend, Derek is right. We're going to talk about CRMs and contact managements and things to help us become better organized, because we launched May 5th, this great opportunity WTA. We're just under a year old, but we're going to dominate. All right. And we're going to need things to help keep us organized. I know that's your expertise. And so we're going to lean on you on that. Michael and I, we also have a strategic partnership for all you guys who might be wondering. Just like Project Blue offer our estate planning software. Of course, Michael like disruptive stuff. Of course, he does estate planning now. So, so we have it's a partnership. So we're in this together. We're a family, guys, and Michael's a part of our family, and we're now part of his family. So we're gonna all work together, and we're gonna do some great things in the last quarter of this year. And then we're gonna blow out 2025. Anybody excited?
I know I am.
Brian. Absolutely.
I heard my name. Yes, sir. Who said
yes? This is Troy. You got to excuse me. I got a vision impairment. I can't really see these controls so much.
Sure.
Hate to interrupt, but I have to interrupt. I just got a little phrase I'd like to say. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it is, let's go, let's grow, and let's get it.
Let's go, let's go, let's get it.
Let's grow, let's get it.
I love it.
All right,
Definitely
Michael.
support with that.
Okay, what was that? Was that Lynette Grant? Or who is that? That was Cynthia?
Cynthia H. Earl.
Hey, how you doing, Cynthia Hurl? H. Earl? What'd you say?
I said I'm definitely on board with that. What he said.
Yeah.
There you go. Everybody's excited. So, hey, Mike, thanks for your time tonight, my friend. We try not to keep you as long next time, but the first
All right.
rollout always go the longest.
That's
But
all right.
we're gonna bring you in for some little short cameos, okay?
Hey, anytime, guys. I just want to thank you again for letting me come on here tonight. It's so good to see some old friends I haven't spoken to in a little while, and meeting a whole bunch of new ones. So I look forward to working with you guys. God bless, and look forward to the next call.
All right.
Thanks,
thank you.
Mike.
All right, see ya.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Michael's gone, and we're gonna end the call kind of early tonight, because that's a lot of information. But we want that to marinate and settle in your spirit of what we have our hands on here at WTA. We want you.
I'm sorry, Brian. Do you really think we're gonna get off the call now?
Yeah.
We're gonna get off this call right now. As if you kick
I'm
us
like, I'm about to
off.
let
Are
y'all
you
go.
serious?
I'm about to let everybody go on that note. Sometimes we're gonna drop the mic on y'all and get out of here. But no, but I want to turn over to Coach, because Coach was in transit, and normally he runs these calls. So Coach, I'm gonna hand you the microphone, and you can allow this call to go however you like, my friend.
well, let me get to you guys on one note that I think is going to highly interest to you guys and on here. So once, as I did mention, talking about commissions, because one of the things that is really a big on this whole setup is the fact that, once again, even though we do have people with licenses, it is a non-licensed dynamic. And so these commissions, here's what I mean, in case you don't know, these products, the main products, I'm going to talk about that first. They are straight line commissions, meaning they pay the same the first year all the way through for as long as the client has it. So there's no drop. There's no big upfront, and then the next year they're smaller trails. They're level all the way across the board. So that's a big deal. Secondarily, understand Charles got the hearts going.
Yeah, Charles know how, but he already taught us how to keep score in business, man. You keep score with money, and it's nothing like doing something one time and getting paid on it over and over again.
Yeah, Charles and I got a history of $13 per month per customer for as long as they live. So we know how that works. And let me just let you guys know, it's gonna be a whole lot more than $13. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah.
on the side there. So which is great. There. So but also I want you to also be aware that the people that you will attach into these intake forms are the prospect of customers that you have. As you saw, they're full service. So, and Sarah Lab knows how to meet their needs. And so I'm just going to say this: if she happens to get them on Get Care and finds out that there is some dental needs and vision needs, that's going to be added on, and that's going to be added on to your commission as well. All right. So all of whatever they do with them will add on that side. And yes, they will also plug in referrals attached to you as well. So they're not taking your clients and using your referral, use your clients and working their referrals. Everything is attached from that opening to you. That's how it's being put into place there. So if you just happen to send someone through it, it will be continuously attached to you, regardless of what they say, but regardless of what they're offered and what they refer to you on that side. So it's just important to know that that's how we structured this whole setup here as well, because once again, there's very few that are offering this, and they're spearheading this thing across the country on that side. So it's very unique in that regards. So the way it works out is that it's 25% of what the what do you call it, the 25% of the revenue that comes in is what goes into the overall comp plan. So just so that you can be aware of that. And so I'll give you guys a shareable example here, if I'm able to put it up here for you, because I think it's important to understand that piece as well. I think I'm able to share, and yes, I am. Yes. All right. And so I can tell you very directly that the there it is. So the America's Choice dynamic is going to be on the oh, you guys see the big calculator up there?
Yeah, we see.
Okay. So America's Choice dynamic is going to remember, you said it's America's Choice is Get Care. Okay. So America's Choice piece that will come through. Okay. There's Get Care and there's America's Choice. Got it. So America's Choice, if it's an individual, and then if there is a individual and spouse, employee, spouse, employee, child, and family. All right. So depends upon the plan. So the lowest revenue coming in on the actual plan that's here is $68 a month. The highest, I'm just giving this to you just so you know, because it's fixed on that. Highest is 188. So I'll go with lowest for the moment. Okay. So if you work the lowest for the moment of the revenue that's coming in there, and you have that, and you take 25% of that, that's coming. Okay, what was that? Sorry. That will come in on that, then that will take you to $17 on the 68 side. And so if you're at the, what is it, the 40, if you're at the level on the comp where on our comp details, if you are, sorry, I'm just trying to get to it real quick, at the 46, which is the affiliate or wealth advocate, just giving you that 46. You stop 5%, just giving you that. Then you're going to make $7.84 a month on that, on the lowest side, on the America's Choice side. All right. And if I was to then take the that same 68 and put you at partner, just giving you an idea of, so you can, you can count, you can pool up your pennies. This there, you're a partner at 17. I mean, a partner at 76. Then you go from there to, I'm just doing a quick round. Well, maybe not so much. So you're at $13 on the 68. All right. That's per month for level for as long as they're there. The highest is $188 it's on there. So you can, I'll do it from the highest part first. 25, work that in there, times the 76 point the 9 8. It's going to take you $36 per month level commissions that you're going to have on that one. All right. So just to give you an idea on that side, so you can say, $7.84 per level across to $36.15 per level across, and anywhere in between there, depending upon the plan that's there and your commission level is there. I just want to give an idea on that side, because I think that's important to be able to know as you're doing that. That's what you're receiving on there. That's just a direct sale. Obviously, there's still money that's going into the bonus pools. There's still money that's being tracked on other pieces as well.
Exactly. So we're talking vision plans, dental plans.
Yeah, and whatever those aren't part of the fixed commission dynamics I'm talking about.
Right.
I was only doing the Get Care and the America's Choice for those two dynamics, but the other ones, it'll be 25% of whatever that revenue brings in, and however that commission falls, which can be, I mean, there's a myriad of those,
Right.
vision care, prescription care, or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, you get all
Whatever.
kinds of stuff cut.
Yeah.
The heart attack, stroke plan, whatever they can put on there that makes sense for the client is going to put money in your bank.
Yeah.
The good news is you don't have to get contracted, you don't have to get appointed, you don't have to get licensed in all the states. You can build nationwide. You don't need to get your E&O and errors and emissions and all that stuff to come along with it. You can build up a serious income without losing focus on building your team here with WTA and bringing in all the other products. So
Oh yeah.
I love it, Derek. I just love the fact that we can build a residual income without having to do all the work. Let's let them get paid to do that. We get paid to just make friends. How does Cynthia, how does Sean say that? We get paid to make friends. That's what we do.
Yes, that's what he says. Make friends and give away money.
We make friends and give away money.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing, making friends, folks. Get paid to
Coach,
make
for
friends.
those people who are advocates working towards promotion, how do these products count? How do these policies count?
So promotion wise, they count each one as a sale.
Ah,
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. So you got each one of these are a sale, each one of the state plan is a sale, each company is a sale on the other side, but these are each one are a sale. So yeah.
guys, that's so easy. Seriously?
Yeah, that's how it works on there. And for the bonuses, it's all CV driven, as you guys know. So the commissioners come in the CVs. His was great. You get a bunch of them. I say this to Brian all the time, and he
Charles.
gets it. But hey, look, you go out there and let's see, Allison's not on the call, but Allison has oh yeah, she is. I see her name there now. Allison has these independent truck drivers, right? And the relationships with all these independent truck drivers. So you get a company that has I don't know, 150 truck drivers, cross-country truck drivers is there, and they all decide independently to get the plan. Well, every month she's getting paid residual, but that means every month there's stuff going in the bonus pool, and I'm sorry, into our bonuses. That's going into our bonuses. And so so someone that comes in later, it gets the bonus pool, the bonus qualification, that qualifies for our CBS. That's what we're going to call it, our corporate bonus structure. They qualify for the corporate bonus structure that's on there that was already funded and established before. I don't know, that just blows my mind every time I think about it on that side. All because we're helping people and giving access to wellness and things of that nature. I see Mr. Tim Harris, his hand is up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. How would that work with the override there?
Same thing, because the overrides doesn't change. So 25% is going in. So when I did that calculation of that 25% that's going in, and then I multiplied it times the 46 and the 72, the override is still the same spread. So it's the same spread on the deal that's there. So you get the same difference in the contracts that's there.
Thanks.
I love
Yeah.
it. Steve said, hey, 150 can be easy now. So you know what he mean by that 150.
Yeah.
He's talking 150 to get the partner. So he's like,
to get a partner, but don't forget you got to become an agency too. Don't forget that.
That's right. Yeah. You got to become an agent.
At one time qualify 2 times in the month. And that's it. Let's go get it.
Kathy says she's contracted with America's Choice, but that's no problem as well because we're not contracting her here.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yep. So you're not being contracted here. You can still refer and get that and get paid on that side. And just so you're aware, your contract with America's Choice does not automatically give you access to Get Care. because that's totally separate.
Right. And then of course when we pitch and when we peek and pass over to Sarah, they're gonna find multiple different combinations and solutions which make your business grow easier because it's sticky. It's easier to find because I've been working with Sarah and she did millions. I'm talking millions of dollars in insurance per year.
I'm sorry, Brian, are you still recording?
Yes, I am. Do you want me to start recording?
No, I didn't know if I should say something that on the record or not.
Oh, okay. No, we're good. We're still recording. Let me know when you want me to start
Okay,
recording.
no problem.
Yeah, because I'm so used to letting you had a mic on Tuesday, on Thursdays. Like Thursday night training is all yours, man. Give me Wednesdays. I'll sit and do. But no, I appreciate it, man. Let me know.
No, thank you.
Brian, can we clarify something?
Sure.
He said, I think this is what he said. I want to make sure I heard him right. Every profession that is certified by a state is considered by IRS standard to be a self-employed worker, even if that person currently has a W-2 income.
Yeah. So
did I hear that right?
Yeah, the licensure.
As long as he has the license.
State licensure, right. So
that includes teachers, for example.
I'm gonna go to that IRS website, but
yeah,
what I've read so far, the language is a little vague. So I'm saying yes to that. I haven't looked for the
especially because you don't have to provide the proof.
Right, but I believe you have a license, a state license. Teachers have a license, nurses.
Oh my God.
Pharmacists.
Well, teachers have a certificate. So would that be the same? It's not like a nurse who has a license.
Okay, we'll check that. Let's check.
Yeah, because I'm in education, so there's a little gray area there.
All right, all right. No, look, but a lot of teachers I know do a lot of
tutoring and stuff
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
that.
say tutoring and stuff like that. Yeah.
Tutoring. I'll tell you, a lot of teachers don't make what they should make. Teachers should be. I'm a professor at 2 colleges, and I'm gonna tell you, teachers should be making way more money. So a lot of us are gigging. We're tutoring. I do writing. I do critique writing. I'm a writing coach, and so to make those ends meet, that's what we used to have to do. But now a lot of those guys out there looking for ways to get covered in insurance cheaper.
Yeah.
So they may have insurance on their job, but maybe it's too expensive. So ask the question, do your company offer you insurance? Yes, they do. Are you participating? No, even though they pay half of it. I can't afford the other half. So what are you doing? I ride on my spouse's insurance, or I go out and buy my own insurance. Now here's a way they can say, what do you have? Oh, I have the biggest names in the market. You need to let me fill out this little application and have my trusted advisors give you a call. And I'm gonna show you my screen in a second and show you how simple this app is. I mean, this intake that we're working on. So it's still in work. It's almost done. Okay, I had family responsibilities. Yeah, we're recording it. We can get that recording to you, Jarvis. But I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. I want to see if I can pull that up and show you how short this intake form is.
Very simple.
Are y'all seeing my screen?
Yes.
It's a very short intake form, and we're gonna make some final adjustments to it. But as you can see here, it's clean. It's our colors, the blue and gold. It kind of talk about how we can help, but your job is this. Can y'all see what your job? Can you see your job? This is your job. Name, last name, phone number, email, primary person's age, who you are. That's going to change to advocate affiliate, of course. And are you is the person self-employed? Yes, no. And then I just want one more box in here for comments, so you can let them know any particular
notes. Yeah.
And pretty much that's your job. I love it. Ed Riley, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you. I see you.
ET, that's a wrap.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. It's a down south Master P bout it stuff right here. Man, look here, man. Let me tell y'all, and look, see, some of us are licensed agents, so we get this stuff, man. But for the people who are just some of y'all sitting in the cut quiet, don't say nothing. All I'm gonna say is this: it just makes our opportunity that much greater, man. When we got here at WTA, and I'm not just saying this because Brian, my brother, and Derek, my brother from another mother. Look, I'm saying this because really, I done been part of some companies, man. Primerica, You know, I did very well at Primerica, man. And I will say this, the one thing that Primerica had that made them great, they had options. And they evolved. They started out with this term insurance, and then they added mortgage, and then they added this. That makes them, but they got people over there just making six-figure incomes on just, you know, different investments or different things like that, not just insurance. So for the people just sitting in the cut right now who really still trying to figure this out, we got options, man. We got options. You got people that will recruits that will join us strictly on this product right here. Not just the corporate benefits, not just the estate planning. They're gonna join because of this. I run across so many people. I know Cynthia, know Ron. We run across people every day, man. They got they 1099 and they got the ACA plan, but they're not happy with it, man. They're not happy with the marketplace plan at all. The deductibles are too high. The premium, myself, my premium is high, but I couldn't get a credit because my income too. So it's just good and very refreshing that WTA is bringing more options for us to sit down to someone and can help us make more money, but help the clients out and also help recruit more people. So get super excited on the fact that we got options, man, and we're still even. Look, Brian, we haven't even been around that long.
No, nope, not even a
We
year.
haven't even been. Just imagine what we're gonna be in a couple. Man, God, dog it.
But it's
The
the
key
people
is
on
this,
this
man.
call, man. Look at the people on this
Yeah.
call. These are the ones right
Yeah,
here.
you got people not even coming to calls. They missing out on this stuff, man.
Let them miss
Shame
it.
on them. Let them miss it, man.
There's
I
more
got
for
people. Look,
more for these guys to get.
look, Brian. I ain't going back and telling my people nothing. If you want to call, you should have been here. Bump y'all. You should have been here. You know what I'm saying? You keep running back to your comfortable job that keeps you comfortable. Listen, you ain't making no money.
Ed Terrell, man. You got me over here, like my stomach is hurting laughing so hard listening to you, brother. But I just want to tell y'all this. And I mean, Allison, she was like, Troy, I know you don't get on the you getting on this call tonight, right? So it's like this. This form, it's not even a job. It's a small task. It's a small task. And you talk about head hunting. I'm out here collecting heads already. You know, Derek, check your text, man. All right. I'm collecting heads right now. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's do this. This is crazy.
Yes, sir.
This is
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
I gotta
Yes, sir.
sign off, guys, but this has been special. Thanks again, WTA. Let's do this, man. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's
Thank
go.
you. I love it. And even while I went up, I was looking at the chat. Marsona said, "We truly appreciate you." So people are definitely locking it in. They feeling it, and we're super excited. I'm telling you, I just can't sleep. I've been wanting to roll. We've been dripping it out there a little bit, but Derek was like, "Don't put it out too fast, Brian. We got to let it get to the last quarter." I'm like, "I know October's coming, but I want to tell it now." So we started putting it out early. Like, we got something coming. but it's finally here. We're in October, guys, and everything's coming together just the way the Lord wanted it to come. So I'm so grateful and humbled by his presence and what he's doing for us. And as my brother said, hey, listen, let us who are here take advantage of what God has put in our hands. Don't sleep on this opportunity. It has been waiting for you. And now is the time to go. All right. So I got Dr. Cynthia Hurdell hand up. Then right behind her is Bev. So Dr. Cynthia.
Yeah. Yes, quick question. That link that you showed for the intake. Now, if a company comes on board or the company owner comes on board, and then the 1099 employers come under them, do we have to do an intake for each one of those, or is it just that one intake for the company owner? And then since technically their employees would be referrals, so do we have to do the intake, or will Sarah and them take care of that for us?
Okay, Coach.
Yeah. So what would happen in the perfect situation is that you would just put the contact person in that company, their name on there, and the notes section that will be there. You explain that it's a company and put your name as the referral, and therefore they know that they're contacting that one individual for said amount of employees, or 1099 folks that's there. So that's how you would do that.
Great.
That's right. We want to keep it simple. Put that in there. And if Sarah need to reach out to you or somebody from their staff, they will reach out and they'll make sure it's all lined up for you to be compensated appropriately.
Great.
Then somebody said, when can we get started? We can get started ASAP.
What?
That's right. So let's start.
So-
Let's get going.
Yeah, we got to get that form to you guys. Do not send your people to us for us to fill out that form for you.
That's right. Don't do that. We don't have the time, but we're going to get that form to you. We're going to get that form to you. And it's a simple form. Listen, I called Mike today and said, I need a intake form today for the call. And that form was boom. So they can have that form together in no time.
Yeah, we're going to attach it to a URL. We'll get the Wix thing removed from it. They just made it there.
Yeah,
And, you know, it'll be professional and all that
just
stuff.
for tonight.
And
we'll
then we're
have it
going
all-
to insert it on our actual site as well. So,
oh, check this out. I love this one. We are self-employed. Can we get paid on our own plan? What do you think about that one, Coach?
but if you refer yourself,
Yeah, refer yourself. Hey, listen, get yourself set up on Blue Cross Blue Shield and get paid on your own plan. I love it. All right. I see all the hands are, Cynthia already asked her question, so her hand is down. And I see no more questions. I see a lot of thank yous. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you as well. JC, I see that. When can we get started? And that's it. We're at the bottom.
Brian, what's the lead time from intake form to the first commission payment, roughly?
Oh, there is that. Yeah, I thought I saw that one. Yep, I saw your question there. So, hey, Coach, you want to answer that one? What's the lead
yeah, that's
time?
going to always depend. It's going to depend upon the enrollment, you know, for the plan, and the establishment of the premiums paid, you know, and when that premium would actually be paid and et cetera. So that will depend. We're going to see how fast it's going to be. But you know, commissions are paid out once a month. It's typically on the 19th. Hold on. I had that chart up. All right, so for example, next commission run is November 18th. So whatever business gets in before that, and then December 17th. Those are the last two of this year.
So would the November 18th cutoff be the end of October? Or would it be, what would the timing on that be?
Very good question about the timing of it. I don't know how far it goes up to, but I will find out where it goes up to close out. I don't believe it's a monthly closeout, but I'll ask that question. I asked it. I do remember that. I don't remember the answer. But
Okay, no excuses. Let's challenge everybody on the team to have at least one person in the pipeline by the end of the month. Let's go.
I think so. I think so.
At least one.
Let's do it. Let's go, guys.
Each one get one.
That's
Okay.
it.
And I saw, so that was, when can we have a description of coverage? Ron, customer descriptions of coverage we can put in our back office. And so for you urchin types that love information, and look, us whales us killer whales, we like to go out and make money, and us sharks. And then you got those dolphins like to have fun, but the urchins like Ron, he said, when can I get the description of coverage? We're going to get that loaded because I know you might be thinking for yourself.
Oh yeah.
We'll get that loaded. Mr. Charles.
I got a harpoon, man. Let's go.
She's bringing in the big one. Mr. Charles Carlton, I'm unmuting you, sir. I saw your hand up.
I was trying not to say anything because I get verbal diarrhea in this moment. You guys don't know what's going on in my head, guys. I mean, this is incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible for the simple reason. And I was sitting here and I just made a couple of calls just a few minutes ago. You guys probably, some of you don't know this. I'm a jazz musician. And one of the biggest challenges with musicians in particular and arts people in particular,
oh wow, that's right,
is the health insurance piece. Does everybody understand that?
Musicians.
No, I mean, and it's rampant throughout the entire entertainment industry, from the highest to the lowest, because all of us are 1099.
Wow.
Got it.
So I'm sitting here doing my hallelujah dance behind the curtain. Man.
I'm married to a
like,
musician and didn't think about that, guys. I'm married to one and didn't even think about that.
Wow. Oh, your husband's a musician?
My husband's a saxophonist.
Well, I'm a guitarist, you know, but yeah, it's like ready.
Wow.
Dancers.
Mm.
I mean, I could go on and on, but that's
Hey,
that.
all
But
the people
I
at
just want to
work.
say, I want to just kind of build some more meat into what I said earlier, guys. I believe this. I believe it. I believe it. I'm going to keep saying it. WTA has brought something to my spirit that has been kind of lurking inside of me, and I didn't know where it was going to come from. The unfortunate thing and the good thing is that it has come at a much later point in my life than I thought that it would come, but I'm embracing every minute of it. And I believe that your success with this organization in particular right now on this day will be determined by how quickly you can believe in the vision of Brian and Derek. And I say this, and I don't say this to butter their heads. I believe without exception, I'm putting this up to the Lord, that we're looking at two young men that I know personally for years that have billionaire written all over them. And not because they're necessarily any better than anybody else on here. It's not that at all. It's because of their spirit and their generosity and what I saw this evening when Derek put that calculator up there, that he's telling me that I can make all this money and I don't need a license, I don't need airs and emission. And the people I'm talking to, they're not put through the codes just to get coverage. And that's why I got out of the insurance business, because it was just too much crap. And now you got me back into this game without all of the encumbrances. And if Derek, just to say this to you, PHCS rings a bell. You remember that one, right?
Oh, I do.
Okay,
Yes.
the $13 a month rings a bell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like life just comes full circle with you, guys.
Yeah.
And see, we've seen this movie before. And the unfortunate thing in the other case was that we had, well, neither here nor there, but I'm just so blessed at this moment. So I want to say thank you one more time. I know you're going to get tired of hearing this, but I'm just going to keep blessing you guys. And I'm going to ask you guys on this call with me to hold these two brothers in prayer.
Thank you.
Because
You got it.
I'm gonna tell you something, guys. You've opened a gate here. You've opened something. And if your work-life balance, and I'm talking to these two gentlemen here because I've gone through this, if your work-life balance isn't in order, your greatest gift is going to become your greatest curse. I don't want to preach to you, but I went through this crap with and Derek, you know my story. I get upside down into what I do. I do, man. I put my war paint on and I'm gone. I'm going. But that's good, but it's also very, very dangerous. And with what we're building here, which will pale by comparison to what I did. I mean, what you guys are doing is just in another class into itself. I just pray for your safety and your well-being, and that the Creator will continue to imbue you with what is necessary to land the plane. You know what I mean? That's really what I want to say. So bless your hearts. Really.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Charles. You really lit a fire, brother. We got some people jumping in the chats and they throwing up hearts. You see my wife put up a heart on Linda. Thank you, baby. We got Jarvis Bailey put I believe in there. JC, she said God has sent everyone that is supposed to be here.
Yes.
I mean, it is just going on fire right now. I mean, brother, about to make me cry.
Yeah, brother. See, I didn't want to go there on that one. I'm pinching myself. No, you can't do that. But I get very emotional when I talk about this because I know that I know that I know. Do you understand what I mean? I know that I know that I know. And oh.
Yeah, bro, look at Terrell.
Come on, Ed.
Look at that. Look, Ava Carlton. Charles Carlton. Ava Carlton Aiken just said, "We love you guys, man. You're gonna put it on us, man. I mean,
can I ask a point of personal privilege here, Miss Ava? I've been intending to ask you. You're a Carlton. I am a Carlton. Do you mind sharing what state your family's from?
My dad's family was from Alabama.
Okay. Got it. I know there's a
you look like them too. I told Brian, the hell you coming?
Well, don't stop me. Don't stop me going. That was exactly what I picked up on, but I didn't want to be too presumptuous here. I know somewhere along the line there's some blurring of the lines. You know what I mean?
It's not too far from North Carolina, Charles.
No, I know this. I know this. And
we got to get you
one day we have to break some bread and figure all that out. But I bless you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I love this company. I love what we're doing. You guys, please just believe faster in what we're doing.
There you go. There you go. Just believe it. Believe fast in what we got coming. From your lips to God's ears. That's what Cynthia Chapman.
Amen.
Cynthia Chapman just said. Yep.
Amen.
I love it. Donna, you're a blessing to us, Brian and Derek. Thank you, Donovan. Tim, I'm gonna unmute you. I also saw Beverly Brown hand go up. I'm gonna try to find her. Let me unmute Tim. Tim Harris, you unmuted?
Yeah. I'm sorry I had to say this when Mr. Charles said what he said about musicians and dancers. Hair grew on my head. I was thinking so hard, hair grew on my head.
Hair grew back on your head, brother.
My daughter been dancing ever since she was 3. Now she's 33 and she dances in New York. All of her friends own dance studios.
There you go.
So when he said dancers,
oh man,
hair started growing on top of my head.
Oh man, that's right.
Which ain't growing in about 20 years.
I felt something tingling in mine too.
So that's a thought. Musicians and dancers. Yeah. Wow.
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir. Hey, Pastor Jarvis.
My daughter is a professional musician. She's a vocalist. She owns her own studio in Atlanta. She has a Bachelor of Music from Virginia State University and been singing ever since she left high school. She's she was performing last night. She don't know nothing but musicians in Atlanta.
There it is.
That's crazy.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, this is too easy. That's what we're saying in a nutshell. This is like too easy. Just take a deep breath and think.
I love it. Beverly
I'm going to shut up now because I'll keep talking.
No. We appreciate it. Hey, Beverly.
Hey, I just had a little quick question, I think.
Sure.
For Mr. Derek. You know, I was in another company and an opportunity was similar to this. So what they did was they kind of gave us something to work on and say, how many lives, say like if we did 1,000 lives, what kind of idea of some money would that be? Okay. I mean, and then I can see it the way you presented it before that would also increase our position and get us closer to being presidential, all of that. Partner. I'm going president.
That's all right. I understand. I appreciate that question, and we're going to get out some calculators for you, and be able to do that. But if since you asked, let me just give you a disclaimer. This is not a promise of income.
Oh
yeah, this is not.
Promise of hard work.
This is not.
Right. Don't promise anything. Right.
I just like to go to bed with one of these big numbers in my head.
So I'll just if you're a partner, you have 1,000 of these on the top end of that, then he said, "No, don't do it." He said, "Don't do it."
Y'all don't know.
He got up and disappeared.
Charles Carlton ran a company, guys. He was the top guy. He owned the company. He knows what to stay away from.
So yeah, you can just imagine what that number would be. I'll just leave it right there.
Hey, I can't imagine. I'm a little slow in the head. I want you to.
We're gonna get you a calculator. We're gonna
give me a calculator.
We're gonna let you play with it in the privacy of your own home. Okay, and not on public screens.
Wow. So I just wanted to be able to so you just do that and add some zeros to it. So
and the beautiful thing is we don't have our products and services are so phenomenal. You don't have to sham wow them. Y'all ever seen the sham wow commercial? It slices, it dices, it cuts, it cleans. You don't have to do all that. Just peek and pass them right to the system and let the experts do the work. Oh, that's great. JC said, we ain't never gonna sleep again. Cynthia Hurdell said martial arts, personal trainers, all of them. A lot of personal trainers out there. And there's Cynthia Chapman. I need that intake form, coach. Give me the form.
Yes, I need the intake form.
Ed Rowley said, show me the money. All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the top of the hour once again.
Yes, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, we're going to bed and we're going to have visions of sugar plums dancing in your head, okay? And it's not even Christmas. So with that being said, we appreciate all of you. Coach, I'm going to go ahead and turn over to you to dismiss everyone. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Blessings to y'all. And thank you for your kind words. And let's just get out here and let's believe and let's go for it. As they said.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot in front of us, guys. And what I love about this, you know, sometimes you look up and when you get to a certain age, you say, man, you know, there's less time in front of me than there is behind me. But let me tell you, that what's in front of you can be compounded, pressed down, and runneth over with blessings that you're not even ready to receive. And even if you were to be able to prepare for it, you can't. And that's what's happening to us here and now. Is bigger, is greater. And let's go out and let's help a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, and not just with the services that we have, but the opportunity for them to help you to sow many seeds and to be generous sowers. Because as you can see, we have some good seed. We just need some sowers.
Yeah,
to throw that out. This is some good seed here. So
the ground is fertile. The ground
we need.
fertile. The
That's
harvest
right.
is right.
Oh, it's right. And we just need some generous sowers. But we're so humbled by it and appreciate all the kind words, prayers, thoughts, and all of that that's there. And we consider and think about you guys always as well. So we appreciate you know the blessing that's in front of us to be able to serve it at this capacity. So with that, I'm gonna bid everyone very good night, and please just sign off here.